In our modern world, where instant gratification is at our fingertips, the ability to master our desires has become a rare skill. From constant notifications, endless entertainment, and on-demand services, we are bombarded with temptations that often derail our focus and self-discipline. But for the Stoics, self-control was not just a skill, it was a virtue. It was the key to living a free and fulfilled life. Today, we'll explore how the Stoic philosophy teaches us to master our desires and live a life of true freedom. Epictetus believed that the path to freedom lies in self-control. He stated, "No man is free who is not master of himself." For the Stoics, self-control is about mastering our impulses, our desires, and our reactions to external events. By doing so, we free ourselves from being slaves to external circumstances and pleasures. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the endless pursuit of pleasure, whether through food, social media, or material possessions. But for the Stoics, true happiness doesn't come from indulging in these desires. It comes from mastering them. Seneca offers similar wisdom in his writings, particularly in his letter, On the Happy Life. He wrote, "The greatest blessing of mankind is within us and within our reach, a mind free from anxiety, fear, and desire." Here Seneca emphasizes that happiness and peace come from self-discipline. When we give in to every desire, we become prisoners to our own appetites, constantly chasing the next thing that will bring temporary pleasure. But the Stoics' way is different. Self-control liberates us from this endless cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. One of the Stoic practices that can help cultivate self-control is voluntary discomfort. Epictetus often spoke of training the mind and body by voluntarily undergoing small hardships. This practice strengthens our ability to resist temptations. For example, if we occasionally choose to fast, take cold showers, or limit our use of technology, we build resilience and develop a stronger will. In doing so, we gain mastery over our desires, rather than allowing them to control us. By practicing discomfort, we prepare ourselves to handle life's bigger challenges with calmness and fortitude. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, frequently wrote about the importance of controlling desires. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This statement cuts to the core of Stoic self-control. While the world around us is filled with temptations and distractions, we always have the power to choose how we respond. This internal freedom is far more valuable than any external pleasure. Take, for example, the temptation to overspend on luxury items. In a consumer-driven society, it's easy to believe that material possessions will bring happiness. But Marcus Aurelius reminds us that true strength comes from controlling these desires and finding contentment within ourselves. Stoicism teaches us that self-control isn't about deprivation, it's about achieving inner peace. Seneca, in his essay on anger, warned of the dangers of being ruled by emotions. He wrote, "Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it." This applies not just to anger, but to all emotions and desires. When we lack self-control, we become slaves to our impulses, which leads to regret and unhappiness. The Stoics believed that through reason and self-discipline, we could master our emotions and desires, allowing us to act in line with our values, not our impulses. A modern example of this can be seen in how we approach food. In an age of fast food and instant meals, it's easy to indulge in unhealthy eating habits. But Stoic self-control teaches us to pause, reflect, and ask ourselves, is this truly what's best for my body and mind? By practicing self-restraint, we gain the freedom to make healthier, more rational choices. This extends beyond food to other areas of life, such as spending habits, social media use, and even relationships. The Stoics' ability to master desire leads to a more balanced and fulfilling life. One of the ways the Stoics recommend cultivating self-control is through mindfulness and reflection. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on his day, examining where he allowed his desires to take control. This kind of self-reflection is key to developing greater discipline. By regularly assessing our actions and behaviors, We become more aware of our impulses and learn how to control them. Imagine ending each day by asking yourself, where did I let my desires get the best of me today? Over time, this practice builds self-awareness and strengthens our ability to act with restraint. In conclusion, the Stoic path to happiness is not through the pursuit of pleasure, but through the mastery of desires. Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius all remind us that true freedom comes from within, from the ability to control our thoughts, emotions, and actions. By practicing self-control, we liberate ourselves from the endless chase of external pleasures and find peace in living a life of virtue and discipline. In a world filled with distractions, temptations, and instant gratification, Stoicism offers us a path to true happiness and fulfillment through the practice of self-discipline. If you found this video helpful, make sure to check out our next video on how Stoicism helps you build resilience in the face of adversity. It's a deep dive into Stoic techniques for developing mental toughness in challenging times.